Namaste and welcome back to the 6th episode of the Chakra Mandala series, a sacred space where color, consciousness, and creativity converge. In this 6th episode, we now ascend beyond the physical and emotional planes into the realm of perception, insight, and intuition. The Third Eye Chakra, also known as the Ajna Chakra or the Ajna Chakra. Located between the eyebrows, this chakra is the seat of inner wisdom, clarity of thought, and the power to see beyond illusions. Ajna is not just about seeing the world, it is about understanding it at a deeper, more intuitive level. In this episode, I'll guide you through 3 unique mandalas representing the Ajna Chakra. A sacred geometric mandala capturing the symmetry of inner vision, a color-based mandala inspired by deep indigo and violet hues that stimulate inner awareness, an abstract mandala channeling intuitive strokes, expressive textures, and spontaneous spiritual reflection. Allow yourself to connect with your inner guidance system. Let each pattern, pigment, and pause awaken a sense of deeper knowing. This is not just art, it's an invitation to open the eye that sees within. This chakra is traditionally symbolized by a two-petaled lotus, delicate, symmetrical, and powerful. Each petal represents the dual forces within us, logic and intuition, masculine and feminine, sun and moon. Together, they reflect the dance of opposites, seeking harmony. The two petals are more than just symbolic. They represent the twin forces that shape our inner and outer world. The left petal aligns with the Ida Nadi, cool, feminine, intuitive energy. The right petal aligns with the Pingala Nadi, warm, masculine, analytical force. These two channels spiral around the central Sushumna Nadi, converging here at the Agnya, the point of unity. In life also, we are constantly navigating between opposites like the light and the darkness, mind and heart, logic, emotion, action and stillness, doubt and faith. The third eye does not ask us to choose one over the other. Instead, it asks us to look at opposites not as conflict but as complement, to understand that clarity is born not from certainty but from balanced perception. At the center of this lotus lies a downward pointing triangle, a symbol of inner vision. This triangle, with its apex directed inward and downward, is not just a shape, it's a gateway. It draws awareness from the physical world into the subtle realms of the mind, into clarity, insight, and the third eye's vast landscape of perception. And now, with gentle intention, we begin to infuse the mandala with deep, mystical hues of indigo, the color of inner vision, intuition, and silent knowing. This is not a loud color. It doesn't shout for attention. Instead, it invites you inward into silence, depth, and the vast expanse of the inner sky. Indigo represents the night just before dawn, where the outer world recedes and the inner light begins to stir. It is the color of insight, of imagination, of vision that goes beyond sight. It activates the third eye not just as an idea but as a lived experience. Blue brings calm, stillness, reflection, like a quiet lake that mirrors the sky. Violet brings spiritual depth, transformation, and a sense of surrender to the unknown. Together, they form indigo, a color that speaks the language of dreams, symbols, and soul whispers. As you paint this mandala, notice how indigo flows differently. It doesn't demand precision, it invites intuitive movement. It blends, it seeps, it dissolves edges, just like awareness does when we stop clinging to form. With each layer of indigo, you are not just coloring a canvas, you are turning your frequency to deeper perception. You are stepping out of surface noise into a quiet knowing. You are activating the space where the mind dissolves and vision begins. This is the power of working with color intentionally, not just for beauty, but for alignment, not just for art, but for awakening. The Ajna Chakra is the bridge, the sacred meeting point between the lower 5 chakras, which deal with survival, emotion, power, love, and communication, and the Sahasrar, or crown chakra, where ego dissolves and we connect with pure consciousness. Ajna is the command center. It integrates all we've learned and felt and transforms it into intuitive wisdom. A balanced Ajna Chakra offers us focus, foresight, and a calm inner knowing. We are neither blinded by illusion nor overwhelmed by intellect. We trust our gut, but also think with clarity. We are open, but not naive, grounded, yet expansive. Our inner and outer worlds begin to harmonize. We are no longer led by impulse or fear, but by a quiet, centered clarity. Decisions feel aligned, thoughts are focused, not rigid. There's trust, not in the outcomes, but in the process of seeing clearly. A balanced third eye brings strong intuition, that subtle inner knowing that guides us even when logic falls short. Clear perception, the ability to discern truth beyond bias or projection. Creative insight, visions, ideas, and inner imagery that often carry healing or purpose. Mental stillness, not an empty mind, but one that doesn't cling. You become the witness, able to observe your thoughts without being pulled into them. There's a sense of consciousness within, where thoughts come and go, but awareness remains. An imbalanced or a blocked Ajna can manifest as indecision, confusion, lack of direction, or rigid thinking. Sometimes we feel disconnected, not just from others, but from ourselves. It can also lead to overthinking, nightmares, or even obsessive control. When this chakra is underactive, you may feel disconnected from your purpose, your path, and even your own feelings. You may struggle with self-doubt, forgetfulness, or lack of focus, feeling like you're moving through life in a fog, indecision. Sometimes there's an over-reliance on external validation, a need for others to tell us what's true because we've lost touch with our inner compass. On the other hand, when the Ajna is overactive, the mind may become overstimulated, spinning in analysis, fantasy, or illusion. You may experience overthinking or obsessive thoughts, headaches or sleep disturbances, rigid belief systems or spiritual bypassing, where we escape reality in the name of higher truth. In both cases, too much or too little, the root cause is imbalance. The key is not to suppress thought or chase visions, but to return to center. Does this feel familiar to you? Maybe you've experienced moments of sharp intuition, or ones when your mind felt clouded or restless. If you've found practices that help bring you back to balance, share them. Your insight might help someone else watching too. So how do we activate and balance this chakra? Start by cultivating stillness. The Ajna thrives in quiet spaces, in meditation, breath awareness, and visualization. Practice Trataka, steady gazing at a candle flame or a single point to strengthen the inner eye. Engage in creative practices that invoke imagery, symbolism, and expression, like the mandala you're seeing unfold now. Spend time in nature. Journal your dreams. Listen deeply, not just to the world, but to your inner voice. Work with indigo, the deep blue-violet hue associated with the third eye. It holds the mystery of the night sky and the vastness of the unknown. In the stillness between breath and thought, a single sound arises. Om, the syllable of all that was, all that is, and all that shall be. It is not just a sound, it is the primordial vibration, the sound of the universe, the frequency of cosmic intelligence. There are 4 layers of Om: A, U, M, and silence. Even a few mindful repetitions of Om can bring light to your day and silence to your mind. While Om has its roots in Indian spirituality, its essence transcends religions. Om is the sound of Brahman, the ultimate reality. In Buddhism, considered a part of sacred mantras like Om Mani Padme Hum, it purifies the mind and opens the heart. In Jainism, Om symbolizes the 5 supreme beings, a path to liberation. In Judaism, sacred words like Shalom share a vibrational resonance with Om. Christianity, repetition of Amen, Alleluia reflect the same origin vibration. Om is not Indian, not Hindu, it is human, it is cosmic, it is the sound of being itself. You don't need a temple to chant Om. It can be a gentle start to the day, a grounding pause during emotional turbulence, a soft chant before sleep, a reminder that beneath all the doing, you are being. As you watch indigo spread across the canvas, what does this color evoke for you? Calm, mystery, depth, or perhaps resistance? Let me know below. I'd love to hear how this color speaks to you today. As we step into the abstract expression of the Ajna Chakra, we leave behind structure and surrender to symbolic vision. There are no defined lines, no symmetrical petals, only movement, flow, contrast, and mystery. This canvas may speak to each of you differently. Some may see a storm of thought, others a sky clearing at dawn. Some may sense duality, light and shadow, logic and surrender, knowing and unknowing merging into one. This is the space between dreams and insight, between memory and imagination. The brush strokes mirror the mind, sometimes tangled, sometimes still. Colors may seem to clash or coalesce, but that's the essence of the third eye. It reveals both the illusion and the truth within it. Here, we are not painting what is visible, we are painting what is perceived. Let us sit with this final image, not to interpret it, but to absorb it, to let it stir your own inner eye. Ask yourself, what am I not seeing clearly? What is my inner voice trying to say? What illusions am I ready to let go of? Let these colors be a mirror. Let the silence be a guide. Thank you for joining me in this journey through the Ajna Chakra, a space of vision, wisdom, and deep stillness. If this episode stirred something in you, take a moment to journal, to meditate, or simply to listen. Stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, close your eyes and see.